And now it's time to return to Hammond Manor for another episode of Password. Now I like leaving this screen up here for a while just so people can admire Dave there, since we don't see that much of him when we're actually playing. Good looking hyena. He's striped, by the way, if anyone's wondering. Anyway, let's get going with day 3. Despite going to bed relatively calmed after Dean's offer, I felt wrecked. Whatever sleep I thought I was going to get stopped in the early hours of the morning, the sun barely up. As I lay in the bed, I thought to myself as to where we'd come, where we'd be staying. Something was giving me this weird feeling. Was it that door in the basement? Was it the lack of staff? Where did it go? Why did it seem so out of place with the rest of the mansion? Did it have something hidden behind? I rolled over and I could hear movement in some of the other rooms. Maybe the others were having a rough time sleeping as well. Maybe worth talking it over with someone? I sighed, rolling over again, staring at the time displayed on my phone. Maybe I was just being paranoid. I really wanted to. Sending an SMS to one of the others on the sly to talk things out was easy. Dean had already offered, of course, but... I think because of the route we're going to take first, maybe we should go ahead with that one. Of course, the problem with making decisions in this is I don't know what Grizz is doing, and what effect decisions I make now will have way later on. So I may have to redo this for the next couple of routes. And we talked to Dean, he offered. I typed out a message to Dean. Hey, just wanted to know if I could... It's much easier to text this than it is to say it. Hey, just wanted to know if I could take you up on your offer. Then I waited. Minutes passed before... yeah, of course. I'm still in my room. There or here? I typed out a message in response, getting dressed while waiting for the response. I went without shoes, wandering down the hall before coming to a stop before Dean's door. As I went to knock, the door opened. Dean stood on the other side, eyes widened in surprise. Oh, good morning. Come in. He stepped back to let me in. I could feel his eyes watching me as I walked past and began to pace the length of the room. Thanks. Just... thanks. Are you sure you're okay? Well, this place bothers me for some reason. I just can't shake it. Well, did you at least get any sleep last night? Not much, but I did. Well, some is better than none at all. Still... Geez, we've only been here for like 2 days. Kinda soon to be calling it quits now, right? What do you mean? Well, let's say this feeling you're having is because of, well, I don't know, let's say a ghost. A ghost? Well, I don't know, just go with it, okay? Okay, let's say it's a ghost. So this ghost, for starters, well, what's the worst it could do? Well, I bet the worst it could really do is just make some creepy noise, maybe rattle a few things, but that's it. I don't think... Wait, let me finish. On the other side of it, what can you do about a ghost? Well, Roswell's probably the closest to being a ghostbuster of any of us, but even he can't get rid of a ghost. Still not really... Just... Shh! Let me finish. Okay. Well, my point is, wherever it is that's got you feeling out of sorts with the place, chances are there isn't much you can do about it. If it was something truly dangerous, it'd stick out, like thorns on a rose or the smoke coming off of a fire. I wasn't ready for it, but Dean came in close suddenly, giving me a big hug. So don't worry about it. Anything happens, we've got your back. Promise. It seemed to do the trick. I did feel better, although one question remained. Thanks, Dean. But you know... Where are your pants? Oh. Well, I sent you a message back. You, caught me at a, What, were you... Oh. It twigged, and as soon as I realised a musky smell in the room. Dean was a big bear, and... well... I swear, I didn't mean for... Oh, no, it's okay. I should have checked my phone before I came over. Trust my luck for it to pan out like this. Didn't even get a chance to shower before you got here. No, really, it's fine, Dean. This is just how it's going to always be between us, isn't it? I should go and have a shower. You can hang out here if you really want, but... Dean shuffled off to the bathroom, closing the door of the ensuite behind him. As much as Dean comes on strong, there's always been that level of standard he looks for too. Hypothetically, if it were ever to get to that point in our friendship, as much as he'd put on the moves, he'd want the moment to be perfect. Well, maybe not perfect, but he wouldn't want it to just be some quick rut. I'm going to head down for breakfast. I'll see you there. No response came from the other side of the door. Although the water running, it was hard to say just how hard it would have been to hear me anyway. It was still early, so there was nothing else to do except hang in my room until breakfast was called. Much like the first night, I was the last one to arrive for breakfast. And once again I had free call as to who to sit next to. Sit next to... we've only got these two guys. After talking to Dean this morning, I could see him look away in embarrassment as I got closer. Morning. Morning. Get cleaned up all right? Yeah. I felt better after that shower, although it had to be a cold one. Cold showers? Why would you even do that? You know why. Still, it's my fault, but... oh, well. Oh, don't worry about it, Dean. It's fine. Dean was drumming his fingers against the mug of coffee in front of him, seemingly not sold. Hey, any coffee left? Oh, yeah. I brewed a fresh pot earlier. Figured it could be just for us, depending on how you're feeling. Just for us? Well, the others have another pot, so it's not like we're hoarding it all to ourselves. Here, let me pour you a cup. Take it the same way. Yeah, white with 1 sugar. Oh, good. Dean assembled my coffee with practiced movements before sliding it over. Just sipping it felt invigorating. I was either officially old to enjoy the taste this much, or that far gone I needed to be functional. So what are the plans for today? Oh, I haven't really thought about it. Well, how about we spend the day together? Just look around at stuff and see if we can find anything interesting. Just wandering the mansion? Well, yeah, I promise there's no ulterior motive. Just figure it's better than doing it by myself. Well, alright, I can tag along. Got bored of the greenhouse already? Nah, but I figure it'd be better to check out the mansion sooner rather than later. Here, Phil, and when you're ready we'll head on out. You done eating already? Not even a little bit. Almost as if the challenge was posed, Dean started grabbing food left and right to load up his plate. Muffins, toast, fruit. It wasn't the full continental breakfast you get at a swanky hotel, but it was close. I followed suit, loading up and tucking in, looking about the table. Everyone else seemed to be in the same frame of mind, eating merrily, occasionally grabbing more food from the platters in front of them. When we'd eaten our full, Dean pushed away from the table, sighing contentedly. All right, I'm done. I forgot how much you could eat. You calling me fat? Besides, I was keeping track of what you were eating too. You're one to talk. Hey, I was hungry. Well, come on, we've got a mansion to explore. All right. Where to first? What, you want me to pick? Nah, I'll lead on. I figure you've had enough of a shot wandering around, yeah? Hey, you don't know that. Well, what's the alternative? Just waiting around until the next meal? Well, wouldn't you like to know? Come on, I heard the pool was worth checking out from Sal. We'll start there. Dean led the way towards the back. Without stopping, he started heading towards the pool, away from where the greenhouse was set up. So this is the pool, huh? Yep, this is the pool, all right. Hey, I can hear your sarcasm loud and clear, you know. Sorry. Still, this place is huge, much bigger than what I'd assume would be needed for just a single family, right? You got that right. But the mansion as a whole just screams of being too big, right? Well, the amount of bedrooms there are, no kidding. Maybe it was a hotel at some point. Dean got close to the edge of the pool and suddenly jumped back, yelling in the wake of a large splash. Dude! In the next moment, Sal climbed out of the water. What? What do you mean, what? Almost drenched me. You were close to the edge. I thought you were coming to swim. Do I look like I'm dressed for swimming? Well, I'm sure if given the choice, Dean would be moist all the time. It wasn't enough to seemingly lift Dean's spirits, but I caught the faintest smirk for he went back to sulking. Have you come to swim? Nah, Dean's just checking out the mansion. Apparently he's been holed up in the greenhouse this whole time. Oh. Well, the water is nice. Is it heated? In parts. Sal then pointed to one area of the pool where what appeared to be a jacuzzi hanging off to the side. A jacuzzi? Here. Sal and I followed Dean over the hot tub where he quickly got on all fours and tested the temperature. Only lukewarm. That's disappointing. Controls are over there. Against the wall. Sal pointed to a small panel with only a few buttons and an LCD screen. Well, go on, Dave. Try turning it on. It seemed easy enough given how few buttons there were. The two triangular ones I assumed controlled the temperature. The black one next to them, though. Here we go. I pressed the button, and almost immediately the sound of a pump whirred from somewhere nearby. In the next moment, bubbles started roiling within the jacuzzi. Well, it works. What's the temperature set to, anyway? The panel that was once blank now just read medium. It says medium. Doesn't really tell me much more than that. Dean splashed around in the water a little bit before standing back up and wiping his hand on his shirt. It's warming up still. Wonder how hot this thing goes. I might have to try it out at some point. This seems fine for me. I don't think I'd want hotter. I tested the water with myself. Last bath I took was much hotter than this. Most showers I'd take are hotter too. Nothing beats a hot shower. Helps getting deep under the fur to get the crud out when you need to. How often does that happen anyway? Muffin crumbs, I guess, or barbecue sauce. Hey, that's not entirely... Given how much I've seen Dean put away, no surprise that he'd get food in his fur. What is this? Pick on Dean Day? I was joking. I was too. Sal's snort following set me off, and despite the daggers Dean was staring at me, I began to giggle. Hey! Sorry. In the same breath, Sal dove back into the pool, leaving Dean and I by ourselves. Well, whatever. I can see that there's showers here too. Just as well. Chlorine does weird things to your fur. Best to just wash it out as soon as you can. Anyway, let's check out things inside. Apparently there are things to do there too. Come on. Dean led the way out, closing the gate behind us. Now that I know there's a hot tub, I might have to come out late at night. To just relax. It would be better with some company. I just followed Dean around, up the stairs until he'd wandered into the conservatory. What room is this supposed to be? A reading room? It's a conservatory. I guess you could call it a reading room. There was a bookcase against one of the walls. No books on it, but they almost seemed like ledgers as opposed to novels. Reminds me of the greenhouse, except, for people. Kinda. It has a lot of natural light. Windows and all. Dean wandered over the windows and looked down at the yard, then visibly scanned the tree line of the surrounding forest. Looks like there's no neighbours as far as I can tell. Just as well. Yeah? Yeah, who's to say you aren't here late at night with the lights on? Someone could just look right in. Hoss said the same thing. Mentioned that you need a telescope or something to look in. Although, look down there. Dean pointed to the start of the forest, breaks in the trees. You could probably see in just fine from down there, assuming you were sitting close enough to the window. You reckon? Well, if you were that desperate, you could always climb one of the trees anyway. Why would you be that desperate to see into this room? Who knows? I mean, maybe if there was some secret meeting that was taking place and they locked the door? Or maybe murder was taking place? Or maybe just some pervert watching two people have some very intimate time together? Do we know anyone that perverted? Do we know two people that hook up in a room like this? We both laughed it off, but the thought had occurred to me. There wasn't anything stopping Dean and I from just letting off some steam right now. Or at the very least not right now, at some point. Just thinking about it made me shift uncomfortably, and it seemed as though Dean had been thinking similar things. So, yeah? Should we, What, right now, here? What? No! I mean, continue looking. Oh, yeah, right. Okay, onwards. And so we continued down the hall. Oh, hello, Dave. I ran into Roswell as we entered the games room. He was seemingly on his way out. Oh, is Dean with you? Yup, just checking out the mansion. Yeah, what about you though, Roswell? Me? Oh, just checking things out as well. Did you know this room has a bunch of stuff in it? Well, looks like a casino to me. You're talking slot machines and stuff. Yes, no. Come on, I'll show you. Roswell led the way into the room, wandering over to one of the cabinets against the wall. Dean, meanwhile, was cooing at the decor and any little thing that made the place look the part of a casino. Ah, here it is. Check this out. There was a soft whir and a panel on the wall slid to the side, various board games lining the walls like you'd find at a game store. Whoa, there's so many of them. Oh man, I haven't played any of this for years. I know, most of them can cater for all of us too if we ever wanted to play a big game. Wouldn't that take a while? Well, unless you played something like Monopoly without playing the actual rules, then yeah. But most of these should see maybe an hour or two of play. Oh, there's more. Hey, just a sec. Roswell was still standing by the cabinet and fiddled with something else on the inside, caught a glimpse of a control panel. Sure enough, another panel in the wall opened, revealing a large screen along with an array of gaming consoles shelved underneath. We have video games too. So if we didn't want to all play the same game, we could split into two groups or something. Oh yeah, Orlando was saying something about there being video games here, although he thought it was a projection or something. Oh, that's easily explained. The control panel has a label for a projector too, plus a small diagram where everything is. He probably just assumed they ran together. Really though, it's more for playing movies and stuff, I think. Don't know why you wouldn't just run it off the gaming consoles though. Dean was impressed, eyes wide and giddy. Awesome. Yeah, I thought I'd just be gardening every day. Oh, what games do they have anyway? Honestly, I don't know. I haven't been able to find any, but maybe they're preloaded? Well, that's kind of disappointing. Well, hey, why don't we check what's on there? Oh yeah, let's do that. Well, turn it on, Roswell. Sure thing. Roswell flicked some more switches onto the panel and the consoles all booted up. Dean, meanwhile, grabbed a controller and started navigating through menus to see what was loaded on there. Anything good? Dean froze, putting the controller down. Well, this is insane. Dave, do you see that list? That's thousands of games. But that's impossible, right? I thought games were huge. Oh, good point. Maybe it is too good to be true. Well, maybe, but they're definitely loaded. This is a custom setup after all. Maybe they tricked out the consoles too? Who's they? The people that lived here? Dunno, but we get to use them all the same. Dean and Roswell talked a bit about the games, going through the list far too quickly for me to keep pace before we left the room. Dean apparently needed to get something from his bedroom, so we headed there first. It won't be too long. Make yourself comfortable. I watched as Dean went into the ensuite and closed the door behind him. I could hear him merrily humming on the other side of the door, doing who knows what. I guess I'll just chill here then. The bedrooms didn't have much in the way of chairs, so I just sat down on the bed. It was much the same as the one in my room. Guess they bought them in bulk. The only difference was that Dean had left his largely unmade. Looks like you drool in your sleep too, Dean. Among the loose bits of fur on his pillow was a damp patch. At least I assumed it was drool. Well, what are you doing? Ah, Dean. I caught you red-handed doing something. No, I was just, Your pillow? My pillow? Yeah, you drool in your sleep, dude. Oh, yeah, I guess I do. I wasn't really expecting having a guest over. Guess I better make sure it's all tidy for the next time you're here. Oh yeah? Who's going to say there's a next time? Well, you never know. I could get lucky. Get lucky, huh? Well, yeah, but you might also just come check in on me at some point. Who knows? Well, we've got the rest of the house to explore, plus lunch. Come on, I could eat. Dean and I headed to the dining room to see if it was time for lunch. But when we got there... Really, anyone could have heard the yelling as they approached, but entering made it all the worse. Seemed as though everyone heard it as everyone else filed in close behind. Who are you calling a dog, pig? That's... Roswell and Tyson were on opposite sides of the table, Tyson snarling and hunched over one of the chairs, looking like he'd jump over it. Whoa! What's going on? That porker called me a dog. I didn't, I swear. Roswell made a break for it, hiding behind Sal. What happened? Tyson was still snarling, but ultimately backed off in a huff. Geez, can someone tell me what happened? Roswell. I swear I didn't. Bullshit. Okay. Let's see. I think Roswell's the calmer one at the moment. Roswell, what happened? We were just talking, and he just snapped all of a sudden. Wait, what? What did you say to set him off? He called me a puppy. Wait, really? Maybe? You bet he did. How many times have I got to say it? Lupus, lupus, wolf. And I told you, it's Canis lupus, lupus. You're still a canine. Roswell has it right. Tyson started to snarl, Roswell backing down further and slinking further behind Sal. I couldn't tell if this was a big deal or not. Really? That's what this is about? Who cares? I mean, yeah guys, this is what you're fighting about? Tyson's just making trouble again. Tyson grumbled, shooting us all sour looks before storming out. Ty could be violent when he's in a foul mood. Not that he'd likely hurt me, but it'd probably be best having some space. Are you alright, Roswell? Yeah, I'm okay. Mostly just shaken. So can someone fill me in on what just happened? Yeah, that was a little odd. How'd you even get around to calling him a puppy, anyway? Well, really, we were talking about Dave. I felt everyone look at me before looking back to Roswell, wanting more details. Yeah, I thought he looked like a happy puppy the way he was spacing out, and he got all mad saying he wasn't a dog. But when I corrected him, he got all angry and started chasing me around the table. Insisted that if he was a dog, he wouldn't be lupus lupus. Well, that's it, really. He sort of flew off the hook after that. I guess he didn't like being corrected on what he is. Well, I don't think anyone really would like being corrected about something like that. I mean, maybe just be more careful in future. Nothing happened this time, but... Okay, I'll be more careful. Eventually we all got settled, spreading ourselves loosely around one end of the table. Oh, nothing special for lunch today, guys. I just made sandwiches. Orlando brought out a big tray of what seemed to be any sort of sandwich you could imagine. They were only small pieces, almost like finger food. You made all these, Orlando? Well, looks good. Oh, I feel bad that you went through all the trouble, given that we have a butler. I really don't mind. Friends just make each other sandwiches, right? Oh, I thought that was the wife's job. Almost immediately, Sal whacked Dean across the back of his head. Sorry. How's everyone been going so far, anyway? We each took it in turns, talking about what we'd been up to. Long story short, we didn't have anything overly exciting to share, just minor discoveries each of us had made about the place. Well, I did end up speaking to Benson about that activity. I think you'll like it, and with how all over the place we've been, just as well, too. All right. What have you got in mind? Ready? A scavenger hunt. A scavenger hunt? Yeah, it's a great idea. But why a scavenger hunt? What are we finding? Well, that's where Benson came in and helped. Turns out there are a set of medals that once belonged to the people that lived here. But, turns out they got hidden around the place by one of the kids as a prank. Wait, so we're just looking around for stuff that no one else could find? Well, yes, but Benson also told me to pass on this as a reward. Everyone's eyes seemed to light up at the prospect of a reward. Were we all that greedy to be only interested in the reward, or were we all just that competitive? Well, I can find medals. What do they look like? Oh, forget about that. I want to know about the reward first. Wouldn't that be better as a surprise? I can't expect us to go wandering around to only get an expired coupon as a prize. Okay. The reward is access to the vault downstairs. Anything of worth we find inside is ours to keep in exchange for the medals. Apparently they have intense sentimental value to Benson. No kidding about sentimental value if he's willing to trade anything inside for some discs. Wait. What if he wants to use the medals for some sort of ghost ritual thing? Really? I doubt he'd need medals for that. I mean, that couldn't be it, right? Maybe he just really wants those medals. Well, I suppose. So what do they look like? Do we have an example? Well, about that. I was told that they were metal, coloured ribbon and have engravings on them. That's not a lot to go off, Roswell. Okay, so there's a set of them. The engravings of the horoscope, apparently. That has creepy ritual all over it. I've got to admit, this is the kind of stuff in video games, you know. Go out and search for the whatever number of whatever important thing. And then you do, and then weird stuff happens, or you have to open the door, or... Like the door we get to open if we find them all. We all looked to Roswell, wonder if there was something more going on here. Come on, guys, why wouldn't there be a set? It's the same as collecting cards or stamps or something. Well, sure, but why horoscopes? Horoscopes? We're talking star signs, right? That makes 12 in all total, right? Cancer, Aquarius, Leo, obviously, Aries, Pisces, Taurus, Capricorn, Sagittarius, Scorpio, Libra, Virgo, and Gemini. You just know them all off the top of your head. Well, it helped that I checked mine on the bus. You know, on the magazine that I had. I suppose that makes sense, but still, is that a normal thing to do? Well, I like checking mine. But they're too vague for me. Very true. Can't say they have a lot of stock in them, but they're fun to at least look at. I was thinking we should do this in pairs and decide tomorrow who we're teaming up with. Oh, why not now? Well, I was hoping we'd all be present. After all, might need all the help we can get in our search. Even after earlier. Well, yeah, I'm not one to hold grudges, and if we get nothing if we only find 11 out of the whole set. Alright, teams pick tomorrow. Just going to do it out of a hat, or... Now hold on. We have a problem. If we're doing this in teams, they're going to be uneven. Even if we split the group in half, either someone has to sit out or the teams are just going to be uneven. Are we fine with that? Well, given this is all in fun, I don't see it being a problem. Besides, a team of 3 might be more of a bother than actual help. More importantly, how are we deciding the winner? We're not going to help us if one team finds more than the others, right? Well, we win collectively if we get all 12, so how about the team that finds the most gets a party thrown in their honour? Either I can sort it out with Benson, or we can just go out somewhere at the end of the month before we all part ways. Well, I'm fine with that. Not going to turn down free food either. Well, I'm with you on that one. It seemed like we were all in agreement with what was going to be happening from here on out, although teams were yet to be decided. After lunch we all split up again and I headed to my room. I wonder what the deal with the medals is. Or really, what's behind that door? Is it worth it? I mean, I kind of really want to know now, if only because it's got me curious. It wouldn't hurt to go down there now and try and guess the password, right? Before I knew it, I was heading down to the basement. I could hear someone else down here, likely Tyson in the gym, but I was intent on heading to the door that got me so curious. Alright, let's see. Maybe... Error, password invalid. Seemed like it didn't like what I put in. No surprise, really. I am thinking of one, but I don't think I'm going to do it this time. I think we should wait on this, just to get things more interesting. So let's try one more password. Let's see. Error, password invalid. Seems like it didn't like what I put in. No surprise, really. And we can probably guess that Leo Alvarez didn't set this one up. Look, I have to do more references to other things. I haven't done enough today. Okay. With no other ideas, I headed back to my room. After spending what remained of the afternoon in my room, I must have fallen asleep at some point. I woke to the sound of someone knocking on my door, and I looked at my phone to check the time. It was too early for dinner, but maybe something had happened. Come in. Hi, Dave. What are you up to? I was asleep. Not that I meant to. What about you? Oh, nothing. Just checking in. Any ideas on who you want to partner up with this scavenger hunt? Oh, I'm honestly happy with whoever is a partner. I just think this will give us a good chance to learn more about each other. Not to mention maybe cause some romance to blossom. That was why you wanted us to pair up? Well, not really, but it could happen. I mean, depends on how into the game you got, I suppose, and whether or not the partnership just clicked. A lot can happen in a month after all. Well, that's true. What about you? Huh? Who are you planning on partnering up with? Oh, honestly, I hadn't really thought about it. I thought we were picking tomorrow out of a hat. Well, that's what Dean suggested, but honestly, I just think I'll let people pick for themselves. I mean, it becomes less of a game if you don't really get along with who you're paired up with. I feel like you're taking a shot at Tyson. Well, not just Tyson. I get the feeling that, say, Dean and Hoss may not get along as much as they seem fairly laid back. Or even like Sal and Hoss, given one likes water and the other, well... Now it just sounds like you're being racist. Oh, I really didn't mean for it to come across that way. Really. I just know Hoss doesn't like the pool because of the chlorine. You know, fur and stuff. Oh, sure. Well, that makes sense. I mean, I'm sure it'll work out, right? We're all reasonable people deep down, I'm sure. I remember the night before and how Benson was creeping me out, despite everything being all right the day after. Oh, yeah. I was meaning to ask you about Benson. Does he seem odd to you? Odd? How? I mean, like, he's kind of creepy when you're in the same room as him? Or maybe it was just tiredness getting to me. Oh, probably just the tiredness. I haven't noticed anything odd. If I do, I'll let you know, though. I mean, I haven't had any bad gut feelings since we've been here. Normally when I do, though, I kind of wish I could save the game when I wake up, just in case something happens. Like in a video game. It's a little childish, I know. But hey, the reassurance would be nice if I could get to the day over if I screwed up. Too bad we can't do that, huh? All the more reason not to worry, right? I guess so. Well, I should continue on checking with the others until dinner. Probably should tell Tyson about the scavenger hunt too. Don't worry, I'll fill him in at dinner. It'll be easier that way. Alright, I'll leave it to you then. See you at dinner. With a spring in his step, Roswell left, closing the door behind him. Saving the game, huh? The rest of the afternoon was uneventful. The dinner bell rang and we all made our way to the dining room. A scavenger hunt, huh? Given what happened at lunch, Tyson was sitting by himself at one end of the table, while everyone huddled around the other end. It was almost like seating arrangements at a high school cafeteria. Tell you what, I'll think on it. Not normally my thing, but I can sleep on it, yeah? Yeah, teams have been decided tomorrow. Alright, we'll see how it goes in the morning. Thanks for filling me in. I watched as Tyson scoffed the rest of his meal before leaving without another word. Seemed as though things were still stinging from earlier, at least that was my guess. The rest of the meal was uneventful, the rest of us just idly chatting before heading off to bed. Whatever the reason, all of us found ourselves groggy and wanting sleep. Man, I'm beat. I checked my phone. It was still relatively early. I considered messaging one of the guys or even just wandering on over to their room to see if they wanted to do anything. But given how tired everyone was, I decided against it for now. I showered and jumped into bed, sleep finding me fairly quick. As I lay in bed, though, I wondered about what tomorrow would bring. Did we have any chance of finding those medals? Or would we just get bored of it eventually? Not there's any shortage of things to do around you if we stop looking. And there we go. That was day 3 of Password. Oh, Roswell seems okay with Benson. Wonder if he's okay, but let's see how things go with this scavenger hunt. I don't know, maybe we might learn more about the vault in a while. Who knows? Well, Grizz does, obviously, but for the rest of us, we'll see. So until next time, bye for now.